Arne Slot has done it again, and if this victory over Real Madrid plays a part in knocking them out of the Champions League, then revenge is officially ours. This performance was right up there with our best of the season, and the fact that it came against a footballing giant like Real Madrid makes it even sweeter. But was it perfect? Not quite. Thankfully, Arne Slot's brilliance shone through once again for what feels like the 100th time this season. His half-time adjustments turned the game in our favour. What a shock, right? So whether you missed the match or just want a deeper look at how it all unfolded from a detailed tactical perspective, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button, and let's dive straight into our analysis. Let's get one thing straight, this game wasn't nearly as important to us as it was to Madrid. We're sitting comfortably at the top of the Champions League table, while Ancelotti's side came into this match with just 6 points from 4 games. But does that mean Arne Slot was going to take it easy and rest his key players? Absolutely not. Not when it's Real Madrid at Anfield. No chance. Kelleher started in goal, deservedly after a series of good performances, with the backline remaining unchanged from the Southampton game, with Andy Robertson, Virgil van Dijk, Ibrahima Konate and Conor Bradley forming the defence. The midfield saw one change, with Alexis McAllister taking Szoboszlai's place alongside Ryan Gravenberch and Curtis Jones. The attacking line came with no surprise at all, as all of Luis Diaz, Darwin Núñez and Mo Salah started this game. Before we dive into today's analysis of the Reds' clash with Real Madrid, we need to talk about something serious, something every football fan has faced, those late Champions League kickoffs. Let's be honest, when it's a big game like Madrid, the stress can be so intense that eating feels like impossible. And after the match, it's way too late to cook anything decent. But who doesn't crave a great meal after a roller coaster game day? Thankfully, HelloFresh, our sponsor for today's video, is the perfect solution. HelloFresh takes the hassle out of cooking. They deliver fresh, pre-portioned ingredients and easy-to-follow recipe cards straight to your door. It's perfect for when you're celebrating or maybe emotionally recovering after a dramatic Liverpool game. Here at Panenka, whether we're breaking down Slot's tactical tweaks or analysing an opponent's defensive structure, HelloFresh keeps things stress-free for us. And you know what the best part about it? You can pause, cancel or even change your delivery address anytime. It's as flexible and fluid as Arne Slot's build-up structure. And the meals, guys, well, absolutely quality. Just like those Trent Alexander-Arnold long balls from deep. It's the ultimate fuel for match day or post-match reflection sessions. Want to give it a shot? Scan the QR code on screen and get 60% off. Trust us, with HelloFresh, you'll never walk alone in the kitchen. So now that we got ourselves full, we can start with our game analysis. As you can see on the screen, the Reds set up with their usual 4-1 build-up shape, with Gravenberch operating as the lone pivot. Real Madrid, on the other hand, started in a 4-4-2 mid-block that shifted into a 4-3-3 when Arda Güler pushed up to press Robertson. In the opening minutes, we managed to cut through Madrid's block beautifully. Van Dijk invited pressure from Diaz before threading a pass to our captain, who found Gravenberch. True to form, Gravenberch used his strength and pace to surge forward, breaking Madrid's lines with a sharp pass to McAllister. Now, we wish we could tell you that this approach worked consistently throughout the game, but sadly, it didn't. Madrid quickly adjusted by using Diaz and Mbappe to shadow Gravenberch, and after the initial sequence, their front line stopped pressing entirely. This effectively shut down the passing lanes to Gravenberch, who was marked out of the game more often than not. This disruption hurt our rhythm, as Madrid denied us any central progression through Gravenberch. As a result, we began resorting to long balls towards Luis Diaz. To be fair, this approach did work occasionally, but not with consistency or the impact that we needed. In fact, the standout build-up moment from the first half came in the 7th minute. Take a look at how tightly marked Gravenberch was in this instance. To counter this, Alexis McAllister began dropping deeper, pulling Camavinga out of position. This movement created extra space for Luis Diaz to exploit, while also allowing McAllister to link up play with sharp one-touch passes. Even Darwin Núñez, as shown here, dropped all the way to the halfway line to disrupt Madrid's defensive block and lend a hand in the build-up phase. It was a smart adjustment, showcasing how the team adapted to Madrid's pressure early on. Now let's be clear, this doesn't mean our first half performance was bad by any stretch. We still managed to create 2 big chances. One of them came after progressing the ball with a long pass, and the other was thanks to Gravenberch regaining possession high up the pitch. However, things were about to take a turn for the better. courtesy of Arne Slot's signature halftime adjustments. Just 2 minutes into the second half, the changes were already evident. Gravenberch dropped deep twice in quick succession, once to form a double pivot alongside McAllister, and another time to occupy the left centre-back spot, allowing Robertson to push higher up the pitch. As you can see on the screen, this simple yet effective tweak completely changed the dynamic. You can see here the difference. In the first half, our build-up was a 4-1 shape with narrow, deep fullbacks, and Gravenberch isolated as the lone number 6. He was heavily marked, with McAllister only occasionally dropping to support him. But in the second half, you can clearly see this shift. The build-up evolved into more of a 3-2 structure, with McAllister consistently dropping deeper to help in possession, and Bradley pushing higher into the right half space. This adjustment gave us more options for progression, while simultaneously pushing another man higher up the field, with Bradley making runs in behind and contributing to counter-press. His presence helped us sustain pressure, forcing Real Madrid to retreat into their defensive third instead of maintaining the mid-block they started with. And from that moment, Alexis McAllister's brilliance against settled defences took centre stage. Just look at how deep Madrid were forced, with Van Dijk and Konate holding an incredibly high line to keep the pressure on. In this sequence, just 2 minutes before breaking the deadlock, McAllister spotted Bradley's run into the box and split Madrid's back line with a perfectly timed, inch-perfect cross to the fullback. The goal itself a masterclass from everyone involved. It started with Curtis Jones, who danced his way around the penalty box with clever dribbling. Bradley followed it up with a smart give and go with McAllister, and then the Argentine showed his intelligence, positioning himself in the right place at the right time before calmly linking up with Bradley and slotting the ball into the back of the net. Now, I wish we could tell you that we took full control of the game from here, shutting Madrid down on the counter like we did to Bayer Leverkusen. But unfortunately, that wasn't the case, at least not for the next 15 minutes. Real Madrid came alive and tried to respond, winning a penalty after Andy Robertson conceded his second spot kick in the same week. Thankfully, we can confidently say we have one of the most informed goalkeepers when it comes to penalties. Kelleher is absolutely on fire. The Irishman stopped his third consecutive penalty, including one he saved during the international break. And let's not forget, he also denied Southampton last weekend, only for them to take advantage of the rebound. This time he stood tall against none other than Kylian Mbappe, a player who, let's be honest, has been a major disappointment since joining Real Madrid. Considering all the drama surrounding his transfer, it's safe to say his performances haven't lived up to the hype. But hey, that's Madrid's problem, not ours, because we've got Mo Salah. Speaking of Salah, the Egyptian king nearly recreated that legendary Messi versus Boateng dribble, sending Mendy spinning all the way back to Spain. Unfortunately for the French left-back, he stuck out a leg and ended up conceding a penalty. However, Salah couldn't convert the chance this time around in a night where both teams refused to score their penalties. On the topic of Salah, though, what are your thoughts on his post-match comments after the Southampton game? Do you think this is a way of negotiating a new contract, or is he truly more out than in? Let us know what you feel down in the comments. Now back to the game, Liverpool began to take more control, showing incredible mentality of the players, especially after missing the penalty. This composure and focus were on full display in the build-up to our second goal. The sequence started on the left-hand side, worked its way across to the right, and was then switched back to McAllister. In total, there were 12 precise passes that allowed us to manipulate Real Madrid's defensive block, pulling them from one side to the other before earning a corner. What followed was pure brilliance. A quick combination play from the corner led to a perfectly delivered cross met by Cody Gakpo's magnificent header. Game, set, and match. With that, we finally ended our frustrating losing streak against Real Madrid. A victory that solidifies our spot at the top of the Champions League phase, hopefully plays a part in sending Madrid crashing out to the competition. Putting aside a few moments here and there, this was as close to a perfect performance as we've seen from the Reds, both on and off of the ball. What makes it even better is how well drilled the players look, ready to adapt seamlessly to any opposition. A few simple tweaks from the man in charge, and that's all it takes to guide us to victory. But what about you? What did you think of the game? Was this the convincing win we needed after the nerve-wracking clash with Southampton? And who was your man of the match? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. And if you enjoyed today's video, why not hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more Liverpool deep dives. Also, don't forget to check out our channel sponsors, HelloFresh, and get 60% off your first order. Thank you, I'll see you all next time. Take care.